Did you know if you had invested just $100 in Bitcoin back in 2010, you could be a multimillionaire today? That single simple decision could have completely changed your financial life. This is the incredible power of Bitcoin. It is an asset that has created more millionaires than almost any other in the past decade. Now, as we stand here in late 2025, everyone is asking the same billion-dollar question. Will Bitcoin explode again? Will we see another massive price surge that makes headlines around the world? This question is not just for tech experts or big investors anymore. It is a question for everyone who wants to build wealth and understand the future of money. The world of cryptocurrency can feel very complex. New words, new technologies, and a lot of noise. My goal is to break it all down for you. I want to give you clear, simple information so you can make your own smart decisions. Facts, the numbers, the expert opinions. We will explore the big ideas moving Bitcoin's price right now. This is not about getting rich quick. It is about becoming educated and prepared for one of the biggest financial shifts of our generation. Understanding Bitcoin is the first step toward taking control of your financial future in this new digital age. In this deep dive, we will cover everything you need to know about Bitcoin's potential for the rest of 2025 and beyond. Before we jump into the details, do me a quick favor. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hitting that subscribe button helps me create more content like this for you, and it ensures you never miss a critical update that could impact your investments. As of today, September 1st, 2025, the price of Bitcoin is hovering around the $95,000 mark. This is a significant level for the digital asset. It represents a major recovery and a period of strong consolidation after the volatility we witnessed earlier in the year. For many investors, seeing Bitcoin hold steady above the $90,000 support line is a very positive sign. It shows that there is strong buying interest at this price. People are not selling in panic. Instead, new money is coming into the market, believing that this is just a stepping stone to higher prices later in the year. This stability is crucial for building a foundation for the next big move up. Looking back at the start of the year, Bitcoin began 2025 at a much lower price, closer to $60,000. The journey to $95,000 has not been a straight line. There have been sharp dips and exciting rallies along the way. For example, Cathie Wood, the CEO of ARK Invest, her firm's research suggests Bitcoin could reach over $250,000 by end of 2025. This prediction is not just a random guess. It is based on detailed models that consider Bitcoin's growing adoption by institutions, its role as a hedge against inflation, its increasing use in emerging markets. Another major prediction comes from analysts at major investment banks. A recent report from a global bank suggested a conservative year-end target of $150,000. They point to the massive inflow of money into the new Bitcoin ETFs. These ETFs have made it incredibly easy for regular investors to get exposure to Bitcoin through their retirement accounts, brokerage accounts. Demand from these ETFs is far greater than the new supply being created each day, which naturally pushes the price higher over time. On the other hand, it is important to listen to the more cautious voices as well. Not everyone is convinced that Bitcoin will explode. Some skeptics worry about the impact of government regulations. Other critics point to Bitcoin's price volatility. Ultimately, the consensus among long-term analysts is overwhelmingly positive. Michael Saylor compares Bitcoin to digital property in the 21st century. His models project a price well into the six figures by the end of this cycle. The theme is clear. Demand for a decentralized digital store of value is growing much faster than supply. People are losing faith in traditional currencies due to inflation, and they are looking for an alternative. To understand where Bitcoin might go next, we have to look at a very important event that happened in 2024, the Bitcoin halving. This is a pre-programmed event written into Bitcoin's code. It happens approximately every 4 years. It cuts the reward for mining new Bitcoin in half. Think of it like a gold mine where overnight the amount of gold that can be dug up each day is permanently reduced by 50%. This makes the new supply of Bitcoin much smaller. When supply decreases and demand stays the same or increases, basic economics says the price must go up. Historically, the year after a halving is the most explosive for price. Let's look at the pattern. 2012 halving, 2013 bull run, 2016 halving, 2017 surge to nearly $20,000, 2020 halving, 2021 ATH over $68,000, 2024 halving, 2025 is the key year. Infographic, 4 halving dates with corresponding bull run years. This effect is not immediate. It's more like an echo that builds over time. After the halving, daily new supply dropped from 900 to 450. At first the market may not react, but every single day there is less Bitcoin available to buy. Demand grows from new investors, ETFs, and corporations. That supply shock becomes more and more powerful. We are in the middle of that critical window now. For many years, the biggest question mark hanging over Bitcoin was regulation. Governments around the world honestly just did not know what to do with it. Was it a currency, a commodity, or maybe a security? This uncertainty made a lot of large investors really nervous. However, in 2024 and 2025 we have seen a major shift. The United States, Europe, and other major economic powers have started to provide clear rules for crypto. This clarity is incredibly bullish for Bitcoin. It removes the uncertainty and gives big institutions the green light to invest. In the United States, for example, regulators have now clearly defined Bitcoin as a commodity. This is great news. It means it will be regulated by the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, or CFTC, just like gold or oil. This legal clarity was one of the final pieces of the puzzle needed for Wall Street to fully embrace Bitcoin. Perhaps the most significant development for Bitcoin in the last 2 years has been the approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs in the United States. An ETF, or exchange-traded fund, is a type of investment that tracks the price of an underlying asset, in this case, Bitcoin. The key word here is spot. It means these funds hold real Bitcoin. For the first time ever, anyone with a regular brokerage account can buy a product that gives them direct exposure to Bitcoin's price. This is a complete game changer. Honestly, it's like building a giant, secure bridge connecting the traditional world of finance to the new world of digital assets. Before the ETFs, buying Bitcoin was difficult for many people. It required signing up for a special crypto exchange, dealing with digital wallets, worrying about security. It was also impossible for most financial advisors to put Bitcoin in their clients' retirement accounts. The ETFs solved all of these problems in one go. Now, major financial giants like BlackRock, Fidelity, Franklin Templeton are offering Bitcoin ETFs. These are some of the most trusted names in finance. Their involvement gives a huge stamp of approval to Bitcoin and makes millions of investors feel safe and comfortable buying it for the first time. The impact of these ETFs on Bitcoin's price cannot be overstated. Every single day, we can see how much money is flowing into these funds. On many days, the amount of Bitcoin being bought by these ETFs is 10 times greater than the amount of new Bitcoin being mined. Think about that for a second. For every one new coin that is created, 10 coins are being bought up just by these funds. This creates an enormous supply squeeze. There is simply not enough Bitcoin to go around to meet this new wave of demand. One of the most important uses is as a store of value, or digital gold. In countries with high inflation, like Argentina, Turkey, people's life savings can be wiped out. For them, Bitcoin is not a speculation. It is a lifeline. Another major area of growth is global remittances. The Bitcoin Lightning Network, which is a second layer built on top of Bitcoin, allows for nearly instant and almost free transactions. A worker in the United States can send money to their family in the Philippines in seconds, for a fraction of a penny. This is a revolutionary use case that is already changing millions of lives for the better. We are also seeing Bitcoin being integrated into everyday technology. This process is becoming as easy as using PayPal or Venmo. So, will Bitcoin explode in 2025? As we have seen, there are powerful forces converging that all point to a very bullish future. First, we looked at the current price of around $95,000, which shows incredible strength and stability, setting the stage for a push toward new all-time highs. Second, we heard the shocking predictions from financial experts, with many credible targets ranging from $150,000 to over $250,000, driven by fundamental analysis. These are not just wild guesses. They are based on sound economic principles and detailed market observation. This expert consensus adds significant weight to the bullish argument. We then explored the core drivers behind these predictions. The echo of the 2024 halving is creating a massive supply shock, a phenomenon that has historically preceded Bitcoin's most explosive bull runs. The new spot Bitcoin ETFs have unleashed a tsunami of demand from Wall Street and mainstream investors, creating a classic supply and demand squeeze. New regulatory clarity from governments around the world has removed a major source of fear and uncertainty, giving large institutions the confidence to invest for the long term. These factors together create a perfect storm for a potential price explosion. Of course, no investment is without risk, and it is important to do your own research and only invest what you can afford to lose. Bitcoin's journey will surely have its ups and downs. However, the fundamental picture for Bitcoin in 2025 looks stronger than ever before. The combination of shrinking supply, unprecedented demand, regulatory clarity, and growing real-world adoption makes a very compelling case for a new all-time high and a significant price surge before the year is over. The road ahead seems bright, but it will require patience and a long-term perspective. Thank you so much for joining me for this deep dive into the future of Bitcoin. I hope you found it educational and valuable. If you want to continue learning about how to build wealth and navigate the world of finance, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Your support is what makes all of this possible. For your next read, I highly recommend you check out my essay on a related topic, The Rise of Ethereum, Is It the Next Bitcoin? It explores the second largest cryptocurrency and its unique potential. Thank you again, and I will see you in the next one.